Hadrian has defied multiple summons to withdraw from a Mechanicus facility on Avarax, and we do not know why. Captain Akran has tasked me to aid in your retrieval of the Magos biologists before the Tyranids completely engulf the mining base, causing unnecessary loss of data.
Meridian will see it done, Magos.
Atmospheric conditions are suboptimal to mission deployment and evacuation. This is as close as I can get you to the Longinus Gamma facility.
Take heed, Meridian. Trigon target acquisition vectors are unknown. Best to keep moving and stay together. Projecting a sense of tactical dominance may deter it from attacking. Now,
Watch the sand for any disturbances.
Brace for the beast, but keep pressing no door here. Move!
Don't overheat!
Walk available. Heather unbound. And then I will take you on.
The Trigon secret from below.
Draw this position. Relocate. What needs? Grapnel launcher set.
Trigon incoming.
Not one screaming for help. Silence! Rally and relocate, brothers. Replenish and ready.
Victor!
Grab the bolt! Watch for the beast! Disappointing! Got the gear! Closing the gap! What needs gravity? Smells like fresh munitions. Finished and ready. Close ranks and hunker down. Heavy fire! Don't overheat!
This perch is defensible. Let the Trigon come.
A lift station lies just ahead, Meridian. Considering the Trigon's presence is incidental to our objective, utilize the lift to reroute closer to Metrian's keep.
Understood, Magos. The lift is within our sights. Shoot me again and I can take you. Reloading. Stay dead, running. Back over that armor, Xenos! That's so much for punching through the defense!
Remain patient. Transport lift inbound.
But Rex, I have transmitted no authorizations.
This location makes us easy prey. Swap positions.
Transport lift status incomprehensible. Begins, ceases. Begins, ceases.
Scrutinize every move, brothers.
Brothers, training. Reloading. Look, I'm in. There's no going back.
Ignoel Metrian welcomes you to Longinus Gamma Bio-Research Facility. Please do not disturb the lift. It would be a waste. I have no music to play while you descend. Use the silence to contemplate your futile, brutal existence in service to a desiccated cause.
Magos, is this servo skull malfunctioning?
Meridian, the servo skull is enslaved to an unknown master. I am...
Irritant signal silenced. Continue to discuss your fate amongst yourselves.
why I do not trust tech priests.
A suggestion: abandon Gallio's misguided vendetta against the Magos biologists.
Do you know what Gallia and Adrian achieved in the past? Ask about Project Zeta 6 if you ever speak to him again.
Mere words of a reprogrammed servo skull, nothing more.
I doubt that colossal Xenos aberration can chew through these walls. The walls are nothing to Xenos filth.
Said to ignore the servo skull.
If the Trigon desires battle, we will unleash more. No matter its size, it will still die at our hands.
I was worried you had fallen victim to Meteor's mastery of malphonic disruptive frequencies, but now the uncomfortable sensation associated with relief cools my remaining skin. Be warned, Viridian. Meteor cannot hope to stand against you alone, so she will lie and store in hope the Xenos swarm will devour you. Case in point, she has enslaved that servo skull as a crude mouthpiece. But give her word zero credibility for the mission's sake. And you'll know that.
Your howls of agony for future intimidation.
The Tyranid's strength was lacking.
Trigon burrows, the swarm follows.
Stratis, the facility is well stocked in mining gear. Requisition melter charges to eradicate the tunnels and halt the infestation.
Find the melter ordnance with dispatch. No more Xenos in this chasm.
Tyranids burn in their burrows. An excellent outcome.
Keep scanning for signs of the Trigon.
Replenished and ready.
Inside the facility, you'll find Metrian cowering in her data enclave.
Gallia, old friend of mine. If you missed our binaric discourses, you could have sent communication. I observe you still pathetically cling to views of soft tissue. Remember, meat lacks efficiency, whereas metallic alloys stave off corrosion and degradation for far longer.
How far you have fallen. That I must drag you back into the light.
Arming up. There is a I shall.
You are all no redundants. Ignored by bureaucracy and blinded by flesh pain.
Shut them down! Into the morgue! Crush that! Oh, we battered the abyss! Smoking out medicine! Dragon blind through!
Your wretched fate is a legal dangerous.
Closing the gap! Deploying shock grenade! Walk available! Tether on down!
It will digest your flesh and bone.
Grapple launcher set! Into the fray!
This is Nicholas Gallia. I hereby order you to turn your weapons on each other.
Your weapon arming up! Sending fragment! Zeno
Select the third method of execution. Decapitation, desiccation, defenestration, dismemberment, disembowelment, drowning, dissection. Would you like to hear more?
Gather on my mark. The battle lies ahead.
Three meat lackeys seems like overkill, Gallio. You think too highly of me. These poor, inert variables shall perish here, devoured by the Tyranids. And you do not care.
Atrian shut down power to the uplink terminals. You must resupply the generator with a backup power cell. She hopes the Tyranids will annihilate you, but she underestimates the second coming.
I keep telling you, boss, how we should deploy the standard power cells!
I beseech
theorems predicted, your life vector has converged with renegade factors, and Zeta 6 was a waste of computational resources and one perfectly good Grox. Surrender now, and perhaps leniency can be granted. After the might probes, of course.
You are a redundant functionary. Your Astartes shall die here, alone, in the dark. Light and darkness. How easily flesh parts deceive their perception.
Disrupt her attempts to connect with the facility's network. Atrium will seize any opportunity to damage crucial data which would deem this mission a failure. Do not let her connect to the consoles.
Disconnect the coward tech trust from her cradle of wires.
I am copies of copies, backups of backups, and I degrade not.
Brothers, this console is ours.
Already.
Turn to Metrian's containment unit. See, Metrian, the more you flash, the deeper you set our hooks. My imaginations are already achieving my desires. Silence, Metrian. Meridian Front, confirm possession of a bewildering mass of computational gray matter. Pilot, Meridian is ready for evacuation. Sending updated extraction coordinates to you now, Meridian.
And ready. Ordnance from me. Reloading. Feel your packs, brothers!
Flashlight got this flag. Follow me through.
A little more dust is no bother. Not even this interminable storm dampens our chapter's colors.
Pressure on that wound, baby.
Closing the gap. One down. Three to go. Arming up! Into the grave! We shattered that tyranny! Reloading! What needs grappling?
Ready, fire! Don't overheat! Ready to deploy.
Picking up equipment. No turning back now!
I cannot land with that burrowing abomination lurking about. Deep scans have penetrated the atmospheric disturbances and Metrium's meddling code. Trigon vulnerability data pushed to your displays.
Hear that, brothers? The Trigon dies, or we do. Focus on the gaps in the Trigon's exoskeleton. Any smelter ordnance?
Purify their fetid tunnels with the melter charges. I hate these rancid vermin,
But killing them is gratifying.
I got the sails up.
I shall.
It dives down. Evade. Guard yourself, brothers.
What needs grappling?
Trigon kill confirmed. My congratulations, Viridian. The mission is a success, despite the odds.
Magos, can you tell us why me?